So what do you know about Searching for Sugar Man?
Well, I know it's a Swedish documentary film made by Malik, who studied here.
I know that the director who made it has been studying here at journalism and media production, and it's a documentary about a singer. He was very famous in South Africa, but no one knew about him in America.
It's really good. It's really interesting. I teared up a bit when I saw it. I'm not really a fan of documentaries myself. I usually just watch like fiction movies and stuff, but I like this one.
I think it's very it's cool that he used to be a student here. He has done a really good job to get this film together.
I went to school 97 to 2000 with Malik, and we studied journalism and media. He was really thorough and smart guy. He did the same thing at the same time every day, and he wanted it to be perfect on molecule level. So he was really difficult to work with, but the result was often really good.
So Malik, he came to Kalmar in 1997 to the university here. I had him as a student in 3 years where he studied TV, film and journalism. He was a very special student. He made really special and interesting pieces here. And he got a job directly after finishing university. He went to Stockholm. He made lots of music documentaries. And then he got a job at SVT at the cultural program called Cobra, where he made very interesting, special, avant-garde, more or less, pieces about all sorts of topics from all around the world. And at that time, I started to have him as a guest lecturer on a yearly basis here in Kalmar, where he lectured for the students who loved him because he was so generous and he was so enthusiastic. And I remember when he had found the story about Sugar Man, he was so enthusiastic and was telling me, "Oh, I have to tell you about this story," and he was jumping up and down, and that was sort of typical of Malik when he found a very special story dear to him. He was so 100% enthusiastic and he wanted to tell the story.
I really liked it, and now I like it even more because through my studies I've learned more about Malik, the director, and how he worked and how he got the material for the documentary. So now it's even better, I think, because I know how much he has put into this movie or documentary.
Well, one thing about Malik is that he was really interested in stuff. He was really curious about everything. When he asked me like, "Oh, because I had a child at that time, how is Zoe?" He really meant it. How is she? He was really interested in everything and in whole life. He saw stories everywhere, it seemed.
So actually it was in this lecture room that Malik showed the film. At that point it was called Rodriguez, Searching for Sugar Man. He showed the film for a sort of a semi-official audience with a group of students, 100 students, just 10 months before he applied to Sundance Festival, where he won lots of prizes and there were standing ovations, and Sony Pictures bought the film before it had been premiered. I don't know where they'd seen it, but they bought the film on a standing foot, actually calling from a car with Woody Allen sitting beside the chief director of Sony Pictures. And the rest is history. A year later he won the Oscar and loads of prizes. I think it's 50 prizes, something like that.
It's really cool that like an Oscar winner has studied here. I think that's really cool, and it's like really inspiring because like it makes me think like I could be there, I could get to that level.
So one thing that was special with Malik is that he wanted to tell stories a little bit differently. Even if it was a plain, ordinary story, it shouldn't be bland, it shouldn't be boring. It had to have something special. It could be a picture, a way of editing, a piece of music, doing it in a special way. He always strived to do it There should always be something in it that sort of surprised you and you thought, what's this? It's not like everything else. And that was very, very special of Malik.
Vem är du? Jag bor här. Heter du William? Mitt barn har läkaren. Skål! Jag kan stråla.
The obsession he had with finding stories in the small and the big. There's always a story somewhere, he said. It's like he said, life is like a smorgasbord of stories. It's stories everywhere. You just need to find them.
It would have been very interesting to know and get some tips from him how to make such a good documentary.
It would have been really cool to like have him just like come visit and like share experiences and like say how he learned, what he learned, and like what he's learned like after he went here and stuff. It would have been really, really nice.
A foundation has been started in the memory of Malik by his family. Independent filmmakers can apply to get support and money for making films in the spirit of Malik as a one-man band, documentary producer, a storyteller. So the legacy of Malik will live on. And then of course we have all the films that Malik produced. Searching for Sugarman, his other documentaries, his TV pieces, they will all live on forever.